Slime Mount. The Slime Mount is the first mount most players get, and it's way more fun than it looks. It can be obtained from the Slime King. In normal mode, the drop chance is 25%, and in expert mode, it is 50% from his treasure chest. Pretty good odds for something that makes falling a joke. Once you summon it, the game immediately becomes different. Slime doesn't run, it jumps. It can jump incredibly high, up to 21 tiles, and reduces full damage by half. You can even land on enemies to deal summon damage and bounce back up again, which is incredibly satisfying every time it happens. It can also float on water and lava, which makes exploration much less stressful, especially early in the game. Of course, it's not the fastest mode of transportation on flat ground. If the subscribe button was a mount, I'd be farming it every day. Others can easily outrun it, but in caves or when exploring vertical shafts, it's unmatched. It's funny, simple, and just plain fun. You'll find yourself jumping everywhere, even when walking would be faster. And honestly, that's the magic of slime transport. B-Mount. Some mounts in Terraria are powerful, some are weird, but honeyed goggles? They're just adorable. Dropped by the queen bee with about a 5% chance, or 11 in expert, these goggles let you ride a giant, happy-looking bee that feels straight out of a Saturday morning cartoon. On the ground, it's slow, buzzing along at about 10 miles per hour. But once you take off, it really starts to hum. 31 forward, 41 straight up, and 51 when you fly diagonally. You can stay in the air for around 10 seconds before your bee gets tired and starts gently gliding down. Hold down to descend faster, or let it rest for 3 seconds on the ground to recover its energy. And when it's exhausted, it actually does a tiny, heavy breathing animation, like it's catching its breath. That's the kind of detail that makes it feel alive. If you pair it with a cloud in a balloon or anything that boosts flight time, you can easily reach floating islands long before you ever get wings. Just don't try flying underwater. It'll vanish instantly. Still, for early game travel or dodging bosses, this thing is basically wings with more personality. Not the fastest, not the strongest, but absolutely buzzing with charm. Bunny Mount. The Bunny Mount is pure Terraria irony. You spill blood in boss fights, defeat demons, and then you ride a fluffy rabbit. You can only get it from the angler after completing 5 of his fishing quests. He gives you the fuzzy carrot. Yes, an actual carrot. And it summons a rabbit that clearly has no idea it's living in a deadly world. The bunny doesn't fly, doesn't attack, doesn't do anything crazy. But it has one very important advantage. No full damage at all. You can drop from any height and take 0 damage. That's a lifesaver, especially early in the game when you don't have wings or accessories yet. It's also pretty fast, around 40 miles per hour, which is actually impressive for something so small and cute. And let's be honest, riding a bunny across the map while monsters try to eat you is peak Terraria comedy. Turtle Mount. If you've ever gone fishing in Terraria, you've probably seen the hardy saddle. That's the item that summons the Turtle Mount, a massive water-loving tank of a ride. You can get it from fishing loot. It has about a 9% drop rate from golden crates and roughly 6.5% from titanium crates. Not super common, but if you fish enough, you'll eventually pull one. On land, it's slow, around 26 miles per hour, and it barely hops, just over 3.5 blocks high. But once you hit the water, everything changes. It speeds up to 51 miles per hour, and you glide through the ocean like nothing can stop you. And here's the best part. You get unlimited breathing underwater. No bubbles, no timer, just infinite air. You can explore the ocean or flooded caves forever if you want. Players even found a fun trick. If you use it with a bottomless water bucket, you can build a vertical water stream and literally swim into the sky to reach floating islands. Terraria logic at its finest. So yeah, the Turtle Mount isn't for fast travel. It's for calm exploration. Slow, steady, and perfect for anyone who wants to actually see what's hiding under the surface instead of rushing past it. Flamingo Mount. You know what's funny about Terraria? After turtles, bees, and slimes, you end up riding a flamingo. Yeah, it's real. The mollusk whistle summons the Flamingo Mount, and you can buy it from the zoologist for 20 gold, but only after unlocking 25% of the bestiary. The mount lets you float on water just like using an inner tube, and you can dive down by holding the down key. Let go, and it pops back up, sometimes launching you out of the water completely. But if you're using Neptune's shell or anything that turns you into a merfolk, that trick won't work. On land, it runs at about 31 miles per hour, reduces fall damage by 80%, and stays stable in water without sinking. You can even walk across the seabed while riding it on a giant pink bird. And the best part? Its buff just repeats Flamingo Go-Go over and over. Terraria's sense of humor never misses. Horse mounts. You know what's funny about horses in Terraria? They look fancy, but once you hop on one, it's pure chaos in the best way. There are 3 of them: the painted horse, majestic horse, and dark horse. You can buy their saddles, dusty rawhide, royal gilded, and black studded, from the zoologist for 25 gold each, but only after you've unlocked 30% of the bestiary. They all work the same, just different colors. Once you get moving, these things fly. Top speed's 46 miles per hour, and it takes only about 3 seconds to hit it. And And here's the cool part. Once you pass 38 Mepichas, you start dealing 30 summon damage to anything you smash into. It even knocks enemies back hard, kind of like the Unicorn or Goat Mount. No jump fatigue either, so you can keep bouncing without slowing down. And when you summon one, pop! A little gray smoke appears like it just spawned out of a Western movie. If you've got a long, flat stretch of land, this is where horses shine. Just hold forward, watch the scenery blur, and yeah, that's what real speed feels like in Terraria. Pogo Stick Mount. Imagine not just jumping in Terraria, but doing an actual front flip mid-air. That's what the Pogo Stick does. It's a mount sold by the party girl for 25 gold. Jump once, then again while airborne. Boom, front flip, instant style points. It doesn't protect you from fall damage, but it doubles your falling speed, so you drop like a rock. Sounds scary, but it's great for flying down elevators or deep shafts fast. Its top speed is 28 miles per hour, and it keeps a bit of momentum mid-air, so you keep moving even after letting go of the keys. Unlike the Slime Mount, it doesn't damage enemies when you land, but it feels incredibly snappy and fun to control. Once you get the rhythm right, it's like trick riding across Terraria. And here's a weird one. Even though it doubles fall speed, accessories like the stopwatch still only show 51 Mount instead of the real 102. Terraria numbers have a mind of their own. Golf Cart Mount. After you beat Skeletron, you can finally get behind the wheel in Terraria. The golfer sells golf cart keys for 50 gold, but only after you've scored 2,000 golf points. Yeah, the game actually makes you play golf before you earn your ride. The golf cart is one of the most comfortable mounts around. Its top speed is 41 miles per hour, and once you pass 20 Mimitrars, it starts dealing 40 summon damage to anything you hit, with a knockback of 10, which is extremely strong. It reduces fall damage by 80%, jumps about 14.5 tiles high, and that jump stacks with extra jump accessories like the Cloud, Fart, Blizzard, or Sandstorm in a bottle. With all of them combined, this cart bounces like it's on springs. It even works underwater, just slower. The headlights light up about 40 tiles ahead, brightest around 15. And here's a fun detail. If you look closely, the keys have a tiny bunny pendant hanging from them. Classic Terraria humor. Oh, and in the game files, its internal name is Golf Cart Somebody Save Me. Lava Shark Mount. You only get this thing if you're crazy enough to fish in literal lava. Superheated blood drops from obsidian crates or hellstone crates with a 19% chance while lava fishing. And once you finally snag it, congrats, you've got your very own lava shark. It flies through lava like it's turbocharged. 73 miles per hour in liquids, 11 on land. And yeah, you're completely immune to lava damage. No more accidental hot baths in hell. It can also swim through water and honey, but don't forget, you can still drown, so don't get cocky. In the air, it keeps its momentum like a minecart, tilting up or down depending on how you move. It also reduces fall damage to just 1 and gives off a faint glow, so exploring underground feels a lot smoother. Just watch out, hellstone blocks still burn, so grab an obsidian skull unless you enjoy barbecue. And the best part? You can actually fight the wall of flesh without a bridge. Just swim right through lava like a total legend. Oh, and tiny detail. When it's out of liquid, the shark's eyes look sad. Even Terraria's sharks have feelings, apparently. Basilisk Mount. If you've ever seen a basilisk in the desert, you know how nasty it is. Now imagine not running from it, but riding it. The ancient horn is a rare drop. Only a 2% chance from the basilisk in hard mode. And when it finally drops, it feels like hitting the jackpot in the middle of the desert. This mount hits 41 miles per hour, jumps up to 14 tiles high, and once you go past 21 Amatitra, it just destroys everything in your path, dealing 90 summon damage. It's immune to knockback, reduces fall damage to 20%, and enemies that die from the hit can't hurt you back. The basilisk gives off a faint red glow, and if a sandstorm hits, it doesn't care. The wind can blow all it wants, this thing just charges straight ahead. With a Neptune shell, it turns into a water beast, moving like the Turtle Mount, or even cute Fishron underwater. And there's a fun trick. Grab an umbrella, jump off a cliff, and you'll glide half a biome. But the best part? You can literally charge through the Destroyer or Eater of Worlds, hitting for massive summon DPS every frame. Absolute chaos. Wolf Mount. There are mounts in Terraria. And then there's this. Lilith's necklace doesn't summon a wolf, it turns you into one. It drops from wolves in hard mode with a 3.33% chance or 4% in expert. And when it finally drops, it feels like the game saying, alright, you're the alpha now. Unlike every other mount, this one doesn't call a creature, it transforms you. You can even change your fur color with dyes. Some vanity items still show, but wings, boots, and the flying carpet don't work. Extra jump accessories though, they totally do, and they make a huge difference. The wolf is fast, 48 miles per hour with crazy quick acceleration. It's also smaller than most land mounts. It squeezes through 3 tile tall gaps, while something like the Unicorn Mount needs 5. Super handy for tight caves and tunnels. And the best part? The name Lilith's necklace comes from Redigit and Senx's daughter, Lilith, who was obsessed with wolves. That's the kind of detail that reminds you Terraria isn't just chaos. It's got a bit of heart hiding behind all the fangs. Unicorn Mount. Let's be real, if you've ever ridden the Unicorn Mount, you're not just playing Terraria anymore, you're living it. Dropped by unicorns in hard mode with a 2.5% drop rate 3.8 in Classic and 3.33% in Expert, the Blessed Apple is your ticket to chaos and sparkles. Once you summon it, you're not walking, you're charging. Hit top speed around 61 miles per hour, and the unicorn starts glittering like it just came out of a disco. And yeah, it deals 60 summon damage with crazy knockback. Fall damage? Only 20%, and if you've got Lucky Horseshoe or Wings, you're basically untouchable. The best part? You can double jump, and with the right combo, Cloud in a Bottle, Bundle of Balloons, or even Tsunami in a Bottle, you can chain up to 7 jumps in a row. It's pure madness. Oh, and with water walking boots, your unicorn literally runs across water like it's nothing. If you dash with the Shield of Cthulhu while mounted, both the shield and the horn hit at once, that's double the pain. And yeah, this mount can solo the Old One's army if you play it smart. Just don't stop moving. Fun detail. The mount's color isn't exactly the same as the enemy unicorn, and the saddle matches the shade of the Blessed Apple itself. Terraria never misses a chance to flex with tiny details, even on a rainbow horse. Pigron Mount. The Pigron Mount might be one of the weirdest and coolest mounts in all of Terraria. You get it from the Scaly Truffle, which you can only fish up in the cavern layer where ice overlaps with Hallow, Corruption, or Crimson, and only in hard mode. Basically, it's a pink flying pig that you earn. Once you summon it, you can fly for about 2.7 seconds, roughly on par with Frozen or Beetle Wings. On the ground, it's fast too, 46 miles per hour top speed, and it gets there quick. No bonus speed in water, of course. It's a pig, not a shark. If you stand still for too long, it'll yawn, which is the kind of adorable detail Terraria loves to sneak in. The default color's pink, but you can dye it to match the enemy Pigrons. Purple for Corruption, red for Crimson. Its buff says, "Now you see me." A nod to how real Pigrons can go almost invisible, and of course to that classic line, "Now you see me, now you don't." And fun fact, both Pigron and Duke Fishron share the same obsession, truffles. I guess in Terraria, even the flying pigs have expensive taste. Winged Slime Mount. Only Terraria could look at a blob of slime and say, "You know what this needs? Wings." The Winged Slime Mount drops from Queen Slime in hard mode, 25% chance in Classic, or 50% from her treasure bag. It's like the old Slime Mount, but supercharged. It still bounces, floats on liquids, and deals 40 summon damage when you land on enemies, but now it can fly for almost 3 seconds, about the same as mid-tier Wings. You can soar up around 73 blocks high, and when your flight runs out, you can glide smoothly down instead of falling. Hold down while in the air and it starts hovering, almost like a slime-powered hoverboard. On land, it hits 33 mph, but if you drop straight down, it can reach a ridiculous 116 mph. Faster than most sprint accessories, no kidding. There's even a trick for pros. If you've got wings, switch between them and the mount mid-air to combine flight time. It's basically double air time, the gooey jetpack dream. Its attacks count as summon damage, so with accessories like the summoner emblem, it hits even harder. And because it's so slim and falls fast, it's perfect for elevator dives. You just jump and go full meteor. By the way, pillion actually means a seat cushion for a passenger behind a saddle. But hey, this is Terraria, so naturally the cushion's made of slime. Rudolph Mount or reindeer. Out of all the mounts in Terraria, Rudolph is pure legend. He was literally the first mount ever added to the game. And fittingly, he's not a demon or a dragon, but a red-nosed reindeer. You get him from the reindeer bells, which drop from the Ice Queen during the Frost Moon event, with a 0.56% to 1.66% chance, depending on the difficulty. If you manage to grab it, congrats. It's one of the best post-Plantera treasures in the game. Once you hop on, it changes everything. Rudolph can run and fly, and he completely negates fall damage. His top running speed is 61 mph, and in the air, he feels faster than most wings. If you fly sideways, he climbs faster than going straight up. And yeah, that glowing red nose isn't just for show, it actually gives off light. Stay still for a bit, and he'll start nibbling on the ground. Because of course, Terraria gave even the reindeer an idle animation. On asphalt, he's a bit slower than running on foot, but if you stack lightning boots and slide from frozen slime blocks, you can pull off a full-on Christmas rocket launch across the map. Rudolph isn't just another ride, he's the original mount, the OG of Terraria travel. In a world full of sharks, slimes, and flying pigs, this festive reindeer still feels like home. Scutlix Mount. Some mounts carry you around. This one melts enemies with eye lasers. The Brain Scrambler has just a 1% drop rate from the Scutlix Gunner during the Martian Madness event, so when it drops, you know you've just hit jackpot territory. It summons the Scutlix Mount, and this thing is ridiculous. It runs at 41 mph, Porsche, jumps up to 20 tiles high, and its eyes automatically fire rapid lasers at anything in front of it. Each shot deals around 150 damage, covering a 120-degree cone ahead. Anything behind it? Forget it. You've got to turn around yourself. Fall damage? Practically zero. Just 1 point. It can also walk on liquids if you've got something like lava waders, and it doesn't vanish in lava or water. The lasers can't crit, and they don't scale with accessories, but they don't need to. They're brutal as is. The Scutlix is insanely agile, and probably the best land mount in the game, especially during the solar pillar fight. Just run wild and watch everything explode. Pair it with a Neptune shell, and you've got a fully functional underwater death machine, freeing up an accessory slot in the process. And the funniest part? Despite its name, the Brain Scrambler item isn't related to the enemy at all. But honestly, who cares? It's a giant alien beast that shoots lasers out of its eyes. Enough said. UFO Mount. This is where Terraria officially turns into sci-fi. The cosmic car key drops from the Martian saucer during the Martian Madness event. 16.67% chance in Classic, 11.11% in Expert. If you get it, forget wings. You're a full-on alien pilot now. The UFO gives you infinite flight and hovering. You can stay in the air forever, cruising at 41 millipowers or 58 ms diagonally. That's almost as fast as the Dungeon Guardian. And yes, you can literally fly next to him and live to tell the tale. Its only weakness? Liquids. Touch water, honey, or lava, and you're instantly dismounted. But on land, perfection. Smooth controls, no stutters, and you can build, shoot, or mine mid-air without stopping. Fun little quirk. When idle, the UFO slowly drifts upward, like it's questioning gravity 1 pixel at a time. Because of its control and convenience, it's a favorite among builders. Perfect for sky bridges, arenas, or just flexing above your house. For bosses like Empress of Light or Moonlord, though, it's not ideal. Slow turns, no dash, and not the fastest top speed. Still, the first time you summon it and rise into the sky, Terraria feels brand new. Even the buff tooltip drops a joke. It's a good thing you had a Mac. A nod to Independence Day, where a Mac laptop saves Earth from aliens. Only Terraria could make a flying saucer feel like home. Witch's Broom Mount. Picture this. You just took down Morningwood in expert mode, and boom, a Witch's Broom drops. Not just another ride. This thing is one of the most convenient mounts in the entire game. It gives you infinite flight, just like the UFO Mount, but with one huge upgrade, it works in liquids. Yep, you can hover in water, lava, whatever. Speed-wise, it's impressive. 46 miles horizontally, 41 miles vertically, and up to 62 miles diagonally. It slows down a bit in liquids, but if you've got Neptune's shell, Moon shell, or Celestial shell, the Broom acts like it's not even submerged. Total witch energy. It's also smaller than the UFO, with a 2x3 tile hitbox, meaning you can fly right through doors. No Rod of Discord needed. The little lantern on the front isn't just for looks either. It actually gives off a bit of light. Super handy for night flights or building in dark areas. The mechanics are nearly identical to the Cosmic Car Key, but better. You can get it earlier in the game, it flies through liquids, and it's easier to maneuver. That's why a lot of players consider it the superior version of the UFO. Even the tooltip grants a witching spark of inspiration. Along with that glowing lantern, is believed to reference Marisa Kirisami from Touhou Project. Terraria loves its nerdy Easter eggs. And here's the kicker. It's the only expert exclusive item that drops directly from an event boss instead of coming from a treasure bag. If you've got one, congratulations. You're flying in style. Cute Fishron Mount. If there's one mount that truly feels like endgame, it's the cute Fishron. You get it from the Shrimpy Truffle, dropped exclusively in expert mode from Duke Fishron's treasure bag. Open it up and boom, forget wings. This is full-on infinite flight. No limits, no fatigue, no cooldowns. Fishron normally flies around 40 millisers, but the moment you touch any liquid, it just goes wild. 82 millisers and a plus 115% damage boost. Even after leaving the water, the buff sticks around for 6 more seconds. Picture it. You burst out of the ocean like a missile and just destroy everything in your path. The craziest part? That boost works with any liquid. Water, honey, lava, even rain or a splash from a water bucket. And when your health drops below half, Fishron automatically powers up again, turning near death into pure speed. There's one catch. Touch the ground and you're crawling like a slug. But in the air, this thing is a beast. It's perfect for boss fights and massive open arenas where you can really build up that momentum. Its eyes glow with the color of the biome's water. Small touch, but looks amazing. And during a blood moon, they glow red everywhere. So yeah, if you want absolute freedom of movement and the fastest, most aggressive flight in the game, Shrimpy Truffle is your ticket to aerial chaos. Drill Mount. The Drill Containment Unit, or DCU for short, is peak Terraria engineering. This isn't just a mount, it's a flying drill that vaporizes blocks with lasers faster than you can blink. To craft it, you have to beat the Moonlord at least twice and gather a ridiculous amount of rare materials. Luminite, chlorophyte, shroomite, specter, hellstone, and meteorite bars across multiple crafting stations. Once you hop inside, your pickaxe becomes useless. This thing chews through everything. Trees, altars, even Lizard bricks. It can fly, hover forever, and mine in a 15-block radius. It even works underwater, though yeah, you can still drown. Its speed hits 31 millipowers horizontally, 41 vertically, and 51 diagonally. And nothing in the game mines faster. There's a catch. The The drill doesn't deal damage. It's pure utility, so you'll want some minions or armor that hits back. It automatically shapes slopes while drilling, which makes it great for terraforming or digging huge underground tunnels. Mining speed buffs don't affect it, but who cares? With 210% pickaxe power, same as the Pixor, and the ability to break every block in the game, including altars. It's the only mount you can craft and the most expensive single item by material value. It doesn't fight, it doesn't shoot, but it gives you total control over the world. One button, and the earth just disappears in front of you. Book Mount. The Dark Mage's Tome is the kind of mount that makes you feel like gravity just gave up. Dropped by the Dark Mage during the Old One's army event, but only in Master Mode, it summons a flying magic book, the same one the Dark Mage rides himself. Once you jump, the book lifts you up and lets you hover about 8 blocks off the ground for 5 seconds. After that, you gently glide along the surface. It hits a top speed of 41 milopiros, making it faster than lightning boots, and completely cancels fall damage, so no more splattering on impact. There's a neat trick too. If you've got accessories like the cloud in a bottle or bundle of balloons, every extra jump refreshes your hover time, letting you float longer. The control feels smooth and weightless, perfect for cruising over open terrain. It's not a combat powerhouse, but as a travel mount, it's pure comfort. The book keeps you steady, silent, and just high enough to feel like a wise old mage who decided gravity is someone else's problem. Goat Mount. The Goat Mount is basically the demonic twin of the unicorn. You get it from the Wall of Flesh in Master Mode, with a 25% drop rate from the goat skull. Once summoned, you ride a fiery hell goat that can double jump, and if you stack jump accessories like the cloud in a bottle or bundle of balloons, you can pull off up to 7 jumps in a row. When it hits full speed, it leaves a trail of fire behind and starts ramming enemies for damage. At top speed, it runs 61 metatiras, or up to 80 metatiras when diving, and deals 60 base summon damage with huge knockback. Each hit gives you a brief moment of invulnerability, so you can crash straight through enemies like a burning comet. The goat doesn't swim and still takes lava damage, but with water walking boots or their upgrades, it can literally run over the surface. It reduces fall damage to 20%, and with fall negating gear, you're totally safe. Functionally, it's almost identical to the Unicorn Mount, just without the sparkle effect when mounted. But the vibe? Way heavier. The design is a nod to Doom 2's Icon of Sin, a massive goat-headed demon wall, and even the tooltip says it best. This ride is totally metal. Pirate Ship Mount. The black spot is your ticket to the skies, the moment you've always wanted to yell, "I'm the captain now." Dropped by the Flying Dutchman in Master Mode with a 25% chance, it summons a full-on pirate ship mount that can fly forever. No wings, no limits, just pure airborne piracy. The ship cruises at 36 mph horizontally, 41 vertically, and 54 diagonally. It slows a bit in water, but once you hit 21 mph, golden particles swirl around you, and the ship starts dealing contact damage, a solid 100 base summon damage that scales with summoner accessories. Here's the kicker. You can get this mount before defeating any of the mechanical bosses. That makes it the earliest infinite flight mount in the entire game, a total game changer for early hard mode. Instead of hopping across islands, you just sail through the air like a sky pirate king. It's a bit bulkier than most mounts, 5 tiles tall, so tight caves aren't ideal. But in open air, nothing beats it. The buff says, "You're the captain now," and for once, Terraria actually means it. Tree Mount. The Hexed Branch turns you into the rider of a tree. Yeah, you heard that right. Dropped by the Morningwood in Master Mode with a 25% chance, it summons the Tree Mount. Unlike most late-game mounts, it can't fly, but it makes up for it with raw speed. The Tree Mount rockets up to 82 miles in just half a second, making it the fastest land-based mount in the entire game after update 1.4.1. If you jump off a ledge at full tilt, you can push it up to 96 sapatrish, and at top speed, it smashes into enemies for 120 summon damage. What makes it wild is the acceleration. You don't even need dashes like Tabi or the Shield of Cthulhu. This thing just launches forward instantly and can even turn sharply mid-air, which makes it surprisingly useful in boss fights where mobility is everything. And of course, Terraria has jokes even here. The buff reads, "Run, Forrest, run," a straight nod to the movie Forrest Gump. The irony? Trees don't move in real life, but in Terraria, one becomes the single fastest ride you can get. Santank Mount. The toy tank is Santa's ultimate naughty list upgrade. Dropped by Santa NK1 in Master Mode, it summons the Santank Mount, a fully armed, rideable battle tank straight out of the North Pole's weapon division. This beast comes with a double jump and 2 auto-firing weapons, a front-mounted machine gun and a homing rocket launcher. Both auto-target enemies in a 30-block cone ahead of you. The machine gun hits for about 80-120 damage per shot, while the rockets deal around 100-130 and can track targets, even ones behind you. And the best part, you can still use your own weapons while the tank fires on its own. Its top speed hits 41 milasers, and with a well-timed double jump, you can reach heights of up to 26 blocks. Fall damage is reduced to just 1, so it's as sturdy as it looks. The Santank isn't just transportation, it's a DPS powerhouse. Imagine cruising through a battlefield while your tank does half the work for you. The tooltip nails it perfectly. For the really naughty ones, Santa's done being nice.